Hey there, folks. I'm Zerfall,
And I'm Old Dragon.
and we're off on a brand new Let's Play adventure. You probably can't guess what it is by the fact that you clicked on the video name, and also it's at the top left of the screen here, so it's Realms of Quest 5. Now, this is a VIC-20 game that for some reason I'm letting load in real time for one screen exactly, so you guys get the full flavor of it. It's from Double Sided Games, and it was created by Ghislaine de Bois. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. I'm not the best at French names.
Don't ask me.
Of Calgary, Alberta. This came out in 2019. You need a 32 kilobyte memory expansion for this. Check out the sweet music.
Yes, it is so sweet that I can't hear.
Yes, they did the best with what they had. But it's a long series of games that he's created for the VIC-20 over the years. One of the few people that are actively making incredibly complex VIC-20 games. And do you know what? I was impressed. I saw this at World of Commodore in like 2018, I think. And I was really impressed with the upcoming graphics for it and stuff. And I was like, man, I gotta check this out when it comes out. And I kind of did, but not really. I got a digital copy of it, but I haven't gotten around to playing it until now.
Ooh.
The overworld is kind of like, I guess, Ultima-ish. Early Ultimas?
Ultima 4-ish, yeah, early Ultimas, yeah.
And the dungeons are first person and whatnot, so like, it's got that old school RPG vibe, and so of course, I gotta bring Auld Dragon along with me here.
Woohoo!
So, let's get the intro loading here, and we'll see.
I mean, I'm just here to go to Heham, so.
I keep thinking, like, what button should I press on my controller? Which one's A again? And then I'm like, oh yeah, all 8 buttons do the same thing.
Convenience.
Yes. I'm being very careful with the warp here, because once it gets into the text, it would go by very quickly if I warp it too much. There we go.
A slave is one who waits for someone to come and free him. Ezra Pound.
Double-sided games.
Everyone knows that's not a floppy disk. Floppy disks are the save icon. After a long... Oh, you go ahead.
After a long and brutal civil war, the lands of Greater Riviera are united at last under the dominion of our great Empress, Lady Carmilla Bane?
That's what it looked like to me.
We'll just do every other one, I guess.
That works for me.
And that's our lady there.
But a new enemy has risen to attack our recently united nation. They want the ham of Heham.
Oh my.
I don't know. It seems perfectly friendly to me.
Hey guys!
I got something stuck in my teeth.
In the depths of this grave danger, the people are desperately looking for hope. Capital H hope.
Well, just check the yellow pages. Yep, she looks like Hope to me. Yet they remain divided over their differences.
Come on. Come on. Nothing like a common enemy unites people.
Yeah, except those people who like pickles. You know, there's no agreeing with them. Terrible people.
Those who have courage will join together and defeat the true enemy whose power comes from hate.
It wouldn't happen to be a horse, would it? They inspire the people that in unity there is beauty and there is strength. Yeah, no, that sounds Ultima. They really like that one elf lady.
She's important.
Apparently so.
The people and the land must be as one. For greater Rivaria. Realms of Quest 5 from System 4 Software.
So, have you played any of the other Realms of Quest? Out of curiosity?
I've not. And you know what? This one was in development for a long time, and it shows compared to the other ones. I mean, the other ones don't look bad, but like if you go to the very first one, like this guy's come a long way, and this is an incredibly impressive game given the hardware it's running on, and it should be running on real hardware, but someone plugged in their power supply wrong and fried their RAM expansion.
Can't imagine who that was.
Their RAM expansion that they bought specifically to play this game.
Oh, ouch.
Yes. Ouch indeed. So let's check out some of the history and lore of this game.
Start with the first one?
The days of old.
Should have been the days of old.
I'll let you kick off the stuff this time.
In the beginning, there was only chaos. Violence, hatred, and cruelty reigned everywhere.
Oh, these old days suck.
Some people are not looking at them through rose-colored glasses.
No, they're apparently cyan-tinted.
Yeah, it's true.
Then the gods of creation forged a sacred tablet of laws and covenants to bring peace and order to the world.
Where have I heard about a tablet? Yeah, cuneiform, yeah. Uh-huh. That makes sense.
That looks like it could be easily broken into many, 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 many pieces.
It's probably clay, so yes. A holy man who bore the name of Uthar swore to keep the laws and covenants. The gods bestowed the tablet unto him. Yeah, I don't know that I'd trust someone who looks like that.
Kind of looks like Raiden without his hat on. There can be only one. It's the same actor. So long as Uthar and his descendants had kept the sacred laws, their nation would remain united and prosperous.
She's shocked at this revelation.
I gotta take care of this tablet the rest of my life? Ugh.
But prosperity had corrupted the nation of Uthar, and its leaders broke and sold away the shards of the holy tablet.
I mean, you get a little bit of prosperity with that, but not long term.
Looking at the short-term gains rather than the long-term gains. Terrible.
But as every weightlifter knows, the gains, they are not loyal. Without the power of the tablet, the nation of Uthar fell into hate and chaos. It was soon overrun by its enemies.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. It's sexy
surprisingly attractive orcish enemies.
Yeah. From the collapse, a nation named Rivaria would emerge, but it was at the constant mercy of its enemies without the tablet. I feel like that in Crusader Kings all the time.
That's a pretty sweet castle, though.
Yeah. Looks kind of German to me.
And thus ends the Legends of the Days of Old. Return to go back to the main menu. It's interesting how the Legends have that.
And yet the introduction just recycles.
That's so you can put it on attract mode for people looking to buy VIC-20s.
Oh yeah, good point. There's a lot of them out there.
Oh, then came the dark times. You thought things were bad before.
Should have just turned on the light. My niece is like that all the time. For 1,000 years, a demon wizard, Nicrador, and his reign of terror ruled over the fair peoples of Rivaria.
He does look pretty bad.
No, maybe that's just one of his Nazgul. Now I'm actually wanting to check the list of monsters to see if Nazgul are in this game.
As an apprentice of Moor, Nicardor was bestowed the Amulet of Infinity to give him great power to dominate over all. And that's just as a apprentice.
Just, casual amulet of infinity to dominate over everyone. I think I've got a dozen in my closet. Many times there were lone heroes who became powerful enough to track the evil wizard into his lair and slay him.
Many times. He's been slayed a lot.
He got better.
It's just a flesh wound.
Your arm's off. No, it's not. It's just a flesh wound.
But Nikador managed to escape the fires of hell, only to rise again and become even more powerful than ever before. And also more evil, if it was possible. Oh man, that's actually a pretty nice contrast.
Hopefully they hell learn to actually lock their gates when he comes.
Oh man, well, there goes the honor system.
Yeah.
One person ruins it for everyone.
It was only when a band of heroes had joined together so that Nikador could finally be defeated for all of time.
They're just sitting at the bar, they're like, listen guys.
It was by their powers combined. They summoned Captain Planet.
What if we all stabbed him at the same time? Oh yeah, that's worked on some Caesars in the past. By their example, they would inspire the divided people of Rivaria to unite together.
Poppycock, that's just propaganda.
Wait a minute, working together's better? Who knew?
You got peanut butter in my chocolate. You got chocolate in my peanut butter. It was the beginning of a new age of enlightenment that would bring equality for all. And Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
This is going to be a hot take, but I like Reese's Pieces better than Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
You monster.
Oh, the music timed perfectly. And thus ends the Dark Times. Let's go back to the main menu. Get my warp on. Going to the menu's easy because I don't have to worry about timing my
the best use of Reese's Pieces are mixing them in with M&Ms and Skittles in one big bowl.
And Skittles. You monster!
After the fall of Nikador, the kingdom of Rivaria crowned the young lady Carmilla Bane to be its empress.
Okay, so this Carmilla Bane lasts a while, I guess.
Either that or it wasn't that long ago.
Oh, she looks much younger in this picture, I guess.
Apparently, yeah.
I was born in the darkness. And then things got better. The kingdom grew and prospered under her leadership. She declared that there be justice and equality for all.
So I will admit that I'm now kind of wondering if she is an actual reference to the 1972 novel Carmilla. If so, I don't know if she's all that good. For love and unity, King Titus of the Northern Men and Queen Alania of the Eldar Elves joined their royal houses.
Ooh. Northern men and elves getting together? This is equality for all. Elves are normally so high and mighty about their longevity and whatnot. The People's Queen, Lania, welcomed those who came from the north to settle into Rivaria and live under equality.
I'm a little bit confused. Who's actually ruling now?
I think there are 3.
Along with her king, Queen Alania freed the people from the chains of inequity by the breaking away of the old ways.
Get those old ways out of here. So I know that there's 3 castles in the game, and I think they all have a ruler.
Oh, okay.
It's technically one big land of Rivaria, but there's 3. But those who were opposed to equality and unity called upon the forces of hatred to rebel against the kingdom.
Whoa, this is getting a little topical here.
It was Cobra! But don't worry, a drug dealer shows up and they work together to defeat them.
Oh, yeah. The war lasted many years, but Commander Venvana led her men to a crucial and decisive victory against the rebels. We're just gonna, casually throw out new names here. Don't worry. They'll never get explained.
Oh, we saw that one before.
There's only so much memory on this. Do you know what? I'm technically playing this on a 3 1/4 disc in the emulator. The war has ended, but will peace and equality last? Find out next time on the episode of History and Lore. Let's see what's
History
next.
of Realms of Quest.
Our Grand Empress. Oh, shoot! That's how they get you.
You goofed.
I done goofed. See, folks, me skipping the loading for you has its risks. There's only 2 left.
Then we could look at the Book of Beasts.
The book with 2 backs. What?
Oh, the Labramity.
Like, it's tempting to hit warp again, but I'm scared now. I already pressed it once. Okay, the disk light load is off. It's back on again. It's like the longer I wait, the more dangerous it is to press it again.
And yet the greater the temptation to press it
The greater
is.
the temptation. There, we made it.
After proclaiming victory in the Civil War, Lady Carmilla Bane was granted the royal title of Grand Empress of Rivaria.
Oh, there you go,
vassal,
see?
vassal, king, and queen. I can get behind this.
She's already getting a little more older and more cynical.
Yeah. But she has a fancy crown now.
It is pretty neat. Yet still, there are remains from the war who continue to resist our Grand Empress by arousing division and hatred. I was hoping that was going somewhere else with the word arousing.
Well, there it goes. There you go.
Look, I just like division and hatred, okay? Is that so wrong?
Everybody's different.
The Resistance has unleashed savage attacks on the people of Rivaria, as well as on our fair queen Alania.
So, yeah, one's an empress, one's a fair queen.
And then there's the king who only got mentioned once.
He's not that fair.
Apparently not. Now, do they mean fair as in appearance or fair as in outcomes?
Por qué no dos? After King Titus rushed to rescue his queen, they have since gone missing. Both are believed to have perished.
Dibs on the throne.
To fight the enemy who hides in the shadows, greater powers for endless war were bestowed to the Grand Empress.
Yeah, she's just, collecting all the power within herself. Soon she'll be dissolving the legislature.
She also called upon for the greatest heroes of the realm to gather the shards and reunify the tablet of Uthar.
Make sure you bring the power of superglue with you.
Yeah. I just gotta wet the edges a little bit and then mush them back together.
Yeah, no one will notice. The power of the tablet will defeat the Resistance, and the people will be united under one crown. Forever.
Oh,
Forever.
Yeah, there were some dots there, and this crown looks a little bit too ornate now. Go forth and unite the tablet of Uthar for greater Rivaria.
Yeah, let's not say we did.
I haven't had to hit return the whole time. It turns out I could have just been pushing the...
Ooh.
So this game's actually designed so you can play most of it with the controller, but you have to hit the spacebar to cancel. Which is a very common thing in C64 and VIC-20 games, is to leave the lesser used of the secondary buttons.
The lands of Greater Rivaria fall under the dominion of our fabled castle.
Oh, have you heard of this castle? No, it's just fabled.
It is a silly place.
That's a pretty accurate map, but some of those rivers are roads.
Yes. Yeah, the ones connecting the large round dots.
Our highest monarch, Lady Camilla Bane, reigns over Castle Rivaria, whose stories and history are legendary. You can find out about them in the History and Legends. History and lore.
The royal wedding of King Titus and Queen Melania that unified the disparate lands took place within its great palace.
Pretty good place for a wedding, I guess.
It was never the same afterwards either.
It was a nice day. For a fantasy wedding.
But the elves left leaves and everything all over the place.
The ceremony was presided by the Holy Temple's most high priestess, Elora herself, an actual something.
Descendant of Uthar.
Oh, an actual descendant of Uthar? She should be protecting the shards.
You think so?
Oh no, we sold them off, and now to make money I preside over famous weddings.
The best blacksmiths and artisans are making fine weapons and armor for sale at Bullsame's trading post in the market.
Ooh, fine weapons.
Prices are, of course, inflated considerably.
You can also have food and drink, rest to tend thy wounds, and make time for training and study at the inn. I like that they threw just one die in this whole thing.
You can have food and drink? Wow, I'm shocked.
But be careful, you might age as you rest at the inn.
I wonder if that's inspired by the mechanic in Darklands.
Many paths will lead to the same goal. At Castle Rivaria. That sounds like it's like their advertising slogan. Many paths will lead to the same goal. At Castle Rivaria. Come on down.
There's one monster that I think we should look at in the Big Book of Beasts. It's one that starts with a C. Just want to point this one out.
And let me guess, it ends in a lay golem.
Yeah, no.
Book of Beasts.
Oh, it's not the Big Book of Beasts. It's just the Book of Beasts. Got
yeah, it's pretty big, I guess, but not big enough to have that as its descriptor.
Right. Also, they probably didn't want copyright infringement from Dragon Quest.
No, you can't go up. Oh, you can go right, though, to skip. Is this what you're looking for?
Oh, yeah.
Some Cthulhu's in here. And I do mean some.
Just casual pluralize. There are multiple Cthulhu's.
And
just putting that out there.
They're powerful cosmic entities who are the enemies of existence itself. Watch out, type immortal. They only have 1d100 worth of damage. And their armor class is 2.
And they do only have armor class of 2. Let's point this out. This is a game that you can have negative armor classes in, and their armor class is only 2. So they're pretty easy to hit.
I mean, they're pretty big.
Apparently.
Now, their hits are 50 to 750. What's that compared to other things? There's some that are only 50. That actually sounds like if you find like just the right one, you're actually taking down one. Now, that being said, a centipede only has 1 to 2 hits. So they're as strong as at least 50 centipedes. At worst. At best, 750 centipedes. Watch out. And they're quite the swingers. Now, luckily, I know what run stop is. All right, so we've got our history taken care of here. The way we're going to play this game... I'm going to load this while we're saying this. The way we're going to play this game is Auld and I are going to each create a character, and we're going to use the quick start to get a kind of a quick start. Because we don't know what a balanced party is like for this game. So... But here's about the game here. The Realms of Quest series has been the ultimate fantasy role-playing game experience for the VIC-20 since 1991. So this game has quite the pedigree. Oh man, here's like on-system rendered versions of like the title screens, I guess.
Oh, it looks pretty good.
It does. Or maybe that's the box art. Realms of Quest 5 features a massive world of 40 villages and cities inhabited by 250 people to interact with. There's not 10 people per city.
Yeah, but they could have just added 5 more to have 255. 1 byte's worth of people.
There's some secret people. Shh. You can recruit up to 10 main player characters into your adventuring party, along with another 10 companions. That's right, folks. You can have pets, but not Commodore pets.
Oh, I want to take my computer along.
He seems pretty grumpy.
I mean, the fact that you can have 10 characters is pretty impressive.
Yeah. There are over 150 types of monsters that you will encounter throughout the land and inside of 20 dungeons. And each of those 20 dungeons is a 25 by 25 grid.
Woo!
Which, hopefully I have graph paper by the time we get to the first dungeon.
I mean, I've got graph paper right here.
Oh, you could be the mapper.
If it comes to it. It could be.
Game rules featuring an alignment system, 16 player races, 16 player classes, over 150 item types, and 60 magic spells, which is more than a lot of games on more modern systems.
Well, certainly the player races one.
Oh yeah, like sometimes you're lucky if you have 3. There's magic, special powers that allow you to summon and control enemy monsters. You can even use seduction.
I rolled to seduce a dragon.
You win. The dragon invites you back to his bedroom. Did you really win?
I mean, I get to pocket some of its coins afterwards.
So we're playing version 1.2. And that's the thing about buying games like this in the modern era. We're playing version 1.2 instead of 1.0, which is, if you played it right when it came out, is what you would have been playing.
They can update the game to fix things?
Amazing.
Shock.
You don't just have to buy a newer copy of the game and hope that you get a different version. So that's all the information. We're actually at the half an hour mark here, so perhaps we'll be creating our characters in the next video.
All right. Sounds good.
But now we know the backstory of the game a bit. We know the backstory of the world for sure. And next time we'll be creating some characters and getting out there and seeing what we can see.
See you next time, everyone.